Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's SavRev Learn English podcast. My name is Tracy, and I am so happy that you are joining us. If you are listening right now, it means you are learning English or maybe thinking about starting. And I just want to say, well done. You are already taking action, and that is the most important step. Now, let me be honest with you. Learning English or any new language can feel like a big mountain. Sometimes you are excited, but other times you might feel nervous, shy, or even frustrated when you don't understand. Maybe you think, my English is not good enough, or I will never sound like a native speaker. If you have ever thought this way, I want you to know you are not alone. Every English learner, no matter where they are from, feels like this at some point. Even I have felt this when learning another language. Here's the good news. English is not about being perfect. It's about communication. It's about being able to express yourself, even in simple words. If you can say, I am happy or I need help, that is already powerful. Every small step you take builds your confidence, and those small steps add up to big progress. So, in today's episode, John and I are going to talk about some of the common challenges learners face, and most importantly, we'll give you simple tips to overcome them. We want this to be encouraging, like a conversation with friends. Because yes, English can be challenging, but it can also be fun, creative, and full of little victories. So relax, get comfortable, and listen with an open heart. You're doing great already just by being here. Now, let's hear from John.
Thanks, Tracy. Hi, everyone. I'm John, and I also want to say how proud I am of you for listening today. Learning English can feel like a big journey, and many people think they have to be perfect right away. But the truth is, nobody starts perfect. Even native speakers make mistakes every day. The difference is, they don't stop speaking just because of a mistake. And that's something important for you to remember. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are part of learning. One of the biggest challenges many learners tell me about is confidence. They say, John, I understand English when I read or listen, but I feel scared to speak. Does that sound like you? If it does, don't worry. You are not the only one. Speaking a new language is like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you only study grammar or vocabulary in a book, but never speak, your speaking muscle stays weak. But if you practice, even a little bit every day, you will notice a big difference. Here's a simple tip. Try talking to yourself in English. For example, when you wake up, you can say, Good morning. Today I feel tired. Or, I want to eat breakfast. You don't need a partner all the time. You can practice with yourself. Another idea is to record your voice and listen. At first, you may not like how you sound, but over time, you will hear your improvement, and that will give you confidence. And remember, English is not about being fast, it's about being clear. If you speak slowly but clearly, people will understand you. So take your time, don't rush, and give yourself permission to learn step by step. All right, now let's go back to Tracy. She's going to talk about another challenge many learners face, and how to deal with it.
Thank you, John. I really like what you said about mistakes, because that's something many learners struggle with. I've spoken to so many students who tell me, Tracy, I'm afraid to speak because people will laugh at me. And I always say, remember, most people are not laughing at you. They are actually impressed that you are speaking another language. Think about it. If someone spoke your language, even with mistakes. Wouldn't you admire their effort? That's the same with English. People usually respect you for trying. Another challenge I often hear about is remembering vocabulary. You may learn a new word today, but tomorrow, poof, it disappears from your memory. Don't be discouraged. That is normal. Our brains need time and repetition to remember new words. So here's a tip. Don't just write the word once in your notebook. Try to use it in a sentence, say it out loud, and come back to it the next day. The more times you see and use a word, the more it becomes a part of you. Also, connect new words to your daily life. For example, if you learn the word hungry, don't just write it down. Say to yourself, I am hungry now, or I feel hungry before lunch. When you connect words to real experiences, they stay in your memory much longer. And here's one more comforting thought. Learning English is not a race. You don't need to compare yourself to others. Some people learn quickly, others slowly, but everyone moves forward if they keep going. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't see the tree on the first day, but if you water it regularly, it grows. Your English is growing too, even if you don't notice it right away. So please, be kind to yourself. Celebrate the little wins, like understanding a new phrase or having a short conversation. Those are victories. Step by step, you are moving closer to your goal. All right, John, let's hear your thoughts.
Thanks, Tracy. I love that seed example. You're right. Learning a language is just like planting and growing something. It takes time, but every bit of care makes it stronger. Now, another challenge I hear from learners is about listening. Many people say, John, when native speakers talk, they speak so fast. I can't understand anything. And yes, English speakers can talk quickly, but don't let that discourage you. Remember, even if you only understand 1 or 2 words, that's already progress. Little by little, your ears get used to the sounds of English. Here's a tip. Don't try to understand every single word. Instead, focus on the main idea. For example, if someone says, Yesterday I went to the market and bought some apples and oranges. Maybe you only catch the words market and apples. That's okay. You already know they are talking about shopping for fruit. Over time, the rest will become clearer. Also, listen to English as often as possible. Even if you don't understand everything. It can be a podcast like this one, a short YouTube video, or even music. The more you listen, the more natural the sounds become. Think about how children learn their first language. They listen for years before they speak well. You are doing the same with English. And one more thing. Don't feel embarrassed to ask someone to repeat slowly. If you say, Sorry, could you say that again slowly? Most people will be happy to help. Communication is about understanding each other, not about speed. So, if listening feels hard right now, don't worry. It will improve, I promise. Keep listening, keep practicing, and trust the process. You're doing better than you think. Now, let's go back to Tracy for more encouragement and tips.
Thank you, John. I hope everyone listening today feels encouraged. You've heard us talk about mistakes, about confidence, about vocabulary, and about listening skills. And the most important message is this: you can do it. No matter where you are starting from, you are moving forward every time you practice, every time you listen, and every time you speak. I want you to remember, you don't have to be perfect to communicate. Even simple words and short sentences can help you connect with people. And connection is the real goal of language. So, don't be too hard on yourself. Celebrate the small steps. Be proud of every little win because they add up. Now, before we finish, I'd like to encourage you to keep learning with us. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss the next one. And we'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment and tell us, what is the biggest challenge you face in learning English? Or what small victory have you had recently? Sharing your story can encourage other learners too. Thank you for spending this time with us today. You are stronger and braver than you think, and every day you are improving. So keep going, keep smiling, and keep learning. We believe in you. That's all from us for today. Until next time, take care and keep practicing your English.